G'day viewers, how's it going? I'm super, thanks for asking. Today we are just across the Liffey, just down from the IFSC, which is kind of the financial district of Dublin, I suppose you'd say. You've got KPMG, you've got all the big banks, everyone's around here. But we are at a place called Urban Brewing. Now, it's a brew pub. I haven't done a brew pub in Dublin yet. Well, not really. And I thought I'd give their lunch menu a try. They do a steak sandwich, and I haven't had one of them on the channel before. So I'm quite looking forward to this. So let's do lunch. So they've seated me outside. It's considering they've just opened, it's now 12:10. This place is actually beginning to get rather full, which is either because of their location or maybe the food here is really good. So from a menu perspective, they've got kind of a really varied lunch menu. You've got your salads, you've got sandwiches, you've got burgers, fish, winter warmers, which I think will probably be coming off the menu pretty soon considering it's almost summer. Then you've got sides and desserts. Now for me, today I am going to have the Irish beef steak sandwich. I'm going to have that cooked medium rare, and that comes served with green peppers, crispy onions, rocket, pecorino sauce. Do like a nice bit of pecorino, smoked aioli, and that's served on a ciabatta with chips. Now, the drinks menu. The drinks menu here is really quite extensive. You've got like 4 pages of cocktails. The wines go on for like 12 pages, and then you've got the beers. So then more spirits. Look at this. This is like a short novel, manuscript for someone. So I think I'm gonna have a flight of their beers, and let's get to the beers. So I want to find out what they've got from their own beers perspective. Doesn't seem to have anything listed here. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that because they do brew on the premises, and I'm going to see if I can have a wander around a little later and have a look at the brew house. But kind of looking forward to this. A bit different from kind of other places I've been to, particularly from a kind of brew house perspective. So looking forward to this. I will talk with you once I've ordered, once I've got my beers. Great. So the flight has arrived. So what have we got here? So we've got the Citra IPA, the New England IPA. Now that's an O'Hara's Tropical IPA, and then we've got the Triple Berry Sour. So let's start with the Citra. Yeah. Little fruity on the back end. Maybe just a little bland. You expect a kind of a Citra to be a bit fruitier than that. But it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but yeah. Okay, now we've got the New England. Ooh, yeah. That kind of, it's malty, it's hoppy. Ooh, that one is very, very nice. So far, if I was having a full pint, it might be that one. Now, the O'Hara's Tropical. I have had this before. It's kind of, when they've got it in the local shop, it's kind of one of my go-tos. Yeah, a lot more bitter and hoppy than the Citra. Yeah, I actually I really do quite like this. You have got fruitiness there. Ooh, we're cracking one of the glasses to tell them about that. Okay, and last, the triple berry sour. Now, Bly had something like this the other day when she was when we were in the Brickyard. I didn't actually try it, but I do like a berry sour. Very, very fruity, very, very fruity. But you'd expect that. But yeah, you can really taste the berries. It's not kind of sour. It's actually quite nice. As we come into summer, the sours become a lot more drinkable because they're more refreshing in the hot weather. Not that we get too much hot weather here in Dublin, but yeah, they're quite. I do quite like a nice sour. Excuse me. The White Hag do their puka sours, but this is very nice. Yeah. Oh wow. That's really quite nice. I'm excited. Of the four, what would I get again? Or if I was having a full pint, I'd say it'd be a toss-up between the O'Hara's and the New England IPA. But I think the New England IPA would take it. Yeah, it'd be the New England IPA that I would get. Yeah, that's a really nice beer. Least favourite would probably be the Citra. It's just a bit bland, in my humble opinion. But as we come into the summer, I'll be probably drinking a few more sours. And finding a nice sour, yeah, nothing like a nice sour. Okay, I will talk with you once my food arrives. So my food has just arrived. So we've got the steak ciabatta. Oh, that ciabatta's nice and warm. And we've got chips. The chips are really quite crispy. Wow. They're nice chips. There's no salt and pepper on the tables. So I'd say they come from the kitchen season. They haven't asked me if I wanted any kind of dips or anything like that. But yeah. Yeah, these are quite nice. Okay. Let's have a look at what we have in this sandwich. So you've got the aioli, the roasted green peppers, the steak, which is cooked medium rare, the aioli on the top of the bun, you've got the leaves at the bottom. I mean, that's dripping. All right, let's chop this in half. Yeah, the onions are quite nice. Okay, let's cut this in half. Let's see. The proof is in the tasting. That steak is kind of very nicely cooked. It's not chewy. It's quite tender, very juicy. Nicely seasoned. A little bit of pepper on that. You've got the pepperiness from the rocket. You taste a bit of the aioli. There is definitely a flavour of pepper in there. Maybe even like some pink pepper. But with the green peppers, or capsicum as we call them. All right. Maybe the roasted green peppers. Yeah. It's a nice tight ciabatta. Yeah. With the New England IPA. Okay, yeah. All right. That's a nice lunchtime sandwich. Okay, you see that? Okay, that's really quite nice. Yeah, I mean the ciabatta. The good thing is that it's not overcooked. It's not overly crispy. Sometimes ciabatta can be too tough. This is actually really quite nice. I mean, it's soft. Yeah. All right. The steak is not overly chewy. It's actually really quite tender for a steak sandwich. Okay. The aioli, the onions. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. For some reason, that camera has just shut itself down, but this is actually really quite nice. Yeah, so I am going to finish up here. As per usual, I'm going to find somewhere to sit down and give my thoughts. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. From a lunch perspective, yeah, I'd say this yeah. Well, I'll give my thoughts. I'll talk with you soon. So, I have taken a stroll around the corner into the Brewdock, which is another Galway Bay brewery pub, but they've got one of my favourites. Oh, they have got the Shut Up juice. Oh, I love a nice Shut Up juice. This is from Third Barrel, Dublin Brewery. Very tasty. Nice and dry, bit of hops, bit of malt, yummy. So, what was my thoughts on the Urban Brewery? Yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice. I had a bit of a wander around after I'd kind of paid my bill, and downstairs, the basement area. I mean, that's fabulous. I mean, it's got this real kind of subterranean vibe, and I wish I'd been seated down there because that was just fabulous. So yeah, a bit disappointed that I got a bit of sun, got a bit of fresh air, but I would have rather have been sat downstairs because when you go down there, there's that's where all the brewing, the fermenting tanks are. I mean, it's fabulous. Kind of got this real great subterranean vibe to it, and I just so wish I had been seated down there. So, my thoughts on the Urban Brewery. Yeah, apart from the fact that I was seated upstairs, yeah, it was okay. It was okay. The service was great. They were very, very accommodating. I had a problem with my table, and they got that sorted for me pretty quickly. The food menu for lunch, it's your standard kind of Dublin lunch fare. It was kind of busy, and I don't know if that's just because it's one of the few options around here, but the food's really good. But I kind of enjoyed the food. The steak sandwich was lovely. I mean, the steak was actually really well cooked. It wasn't too chewy, and that can be a problem with a steak sandwich. It was actually nice and cooked, medium rare. The beef was nice and tender. So yeah, the food was good. The chips were lovely. But chips are chips. Unless you're getting something really outstanding from a chips perspective, chips are chips. The venue, yeah, nice enough. The staff were good. So I'm probably... The thing is that, okay, when I got the bill, there was a service charge on it. And that's the first time I've come across that in Dublin. And I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, our wait staff get paid, well, yeah, pretty well. I would have left the tip, but I don't like having that forced upon me. And for me, that's kind of leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. I mean, I don't object to tipping staff, but I don't want to be forced to. And because that was there, they probably would have got less than I would have tipped them. So yeah, think about that. Think about that, management. Don't force people to tip. And I will rant about this every time I see one of these service charges on my bill. So overall, I think I'm going to give the Urban Brewery, the Urban Brewer, I think probably about a 4.3. It was good. It was good. I mean, the food was good. It was well priced. I mean, that steak sandwich was very reasonable. The beers were nice. I did think that the Citra was a bit insipid, a bit bland, but the rest of them were very nice. Nice having the O'Haras there. So, yeah, that's the score I'm going to give. So, end of another video. As always, if I could please ask you to like. Liking helps the algorithm, so please do that. Subscribe, please. I mean, I've probably only about 5% of the people watching my videos are actually subscribed. So please just click on that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt you at all. Helps me out big time. Leave a comment. I love to hear sort of suggestions or requests about what sort of food to try next. Yep, that's it. So as I always say, testicles.